Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you this Lockwood 570 oval cylinder. So this particular cylinder here is a 570 cylinder, which is commonly used in mortise locks, key switches, and things like that. I thought I had a mortise lock out. I'll just grab a mortise lock so I can give you an idea of what we're talking about. So here's this one here is just a deadbolt, but it's an example. This is a deadbolt, but it's just an example. So this is a mortise lock right here, as you can see. This is your standard mortise lock. This is very common. These are very common in commercial applications, industrial applications, apartments, some residential applications, but this is just a standard mortise lock. So this one here is just a deadbolt, but this is just an example. All right, so that's a mortise lock. Now, then that's what this kind of cylinder is commonly used on. It's commonly used on a mortise lock like this. Now, this particular cylinder here is set to the 003 key, which is this key right here, as you can see. This type of key is commonly used by the fire brigade in Australia. So you'll find locks that are set to this key on valve rooms, pump rooms, fire hydrant cupboards, fire hydrant spinners, you know, the plastic red things. You'll also find them on fire extinguisher cabinets. Sometimes even rooms to fire alarm panels. You'll often find locks that are set to this 003 key. The reason for that is so the firefighters, so the fire brigade, can access it. So anything to do with fire equipment, you'll find that they'll have a cylinder or a lock set to this key so the firefighters can get in and access it. So this is, now when you buy the cylinder, it will come with a key included. So basically you just put the key in like so, and you turn it, and of course the lock will operate, as you can see there. So it operates just like any other standard 570 cylinder. It's just that it's set up to the 003 key. So you'd use this on your mortise lock if you have a mortise lock like this on let's say a door that goes into a room that's for fire equipment, like fire sprinkler pump rooms, valve rooms, fire hydrant cupboards, and you have this on it. You put this cylinder on it and you'll be right. So the fire brigade, when they show up, they can simply just grab the 003 key out of the fire engine, and they can simply just use it, put the key in, unlock the door, and away they go. They can simply use the equipment and fight the fire. It's easier to use this than what it is to put a like a standard cylinder like this on it, and even though you might issue them a key, it's better off just to use this one. So that way you're not compromising your security and giving a key that might have access to all the other locks in the building. You're better off just using this one. Now, this particular cylinder here is a Lockwood, is a 570E cylinder. By 570E, that's the part number. 570E cylinders have these two extra holes on the back, as you can see there, and the same for this one here. This is a 570E cylinder as well. Those two extra holes allow you to use extension kits. So if you find the door that where you're installing this cylinder on the door and you find that the door is too thick and this does not protrude enough, you can simply get these extension parts right here that Lockwood sells, like this, and you'd simply, put that on the back to extend the cylinder. These come in three different thicknesses. This one here is the most skinniest. There's the next size up, which is a little bit longer, and then you got the next one up, which is even longer. So these are very good to extend your cylinder if you find that the door you have is too thick. So certain doors are pretty thick. So like doors on maybe opera walls, for example, or maybe some gate locks, because sometimes these locks are used on gates as well, and the gate might be very thick. So you'll need to use this to make the cylinder longer, because if it sits in too deep, it can be hard to get the key in. So that's the extension part there. These can sell for around $40, and these cylinders are not cheap, just to let you know, because one, they're made by Lockwood, and they can sell for about $100 a piece. So $100 a cylinder is how much you're looking at. And these are also chunky too. They're heavy. These things are solid brass. They're solid brass, which is satin chrome plated. And they are good quality. All right. So these things, they're built strong. They're like tanks almost. So that's what those two holes are for. They're so you can put this extension on if you find the door is too thick. They can also be used for using this as a lower cylinder on a dual entry mortise lock. So if you have one of these with the dual cylinders on, which I've shown you before, you can use those holes to attach it. That's only suitable for the selector lock, not suitable for the synergy lock. Now, when you use dual entry locks, you'll often have plates like this, which are used to attach the cylinder to your lock body. This one here is used for the wide mortise lock, so the free 777 would be the part number for that. This one here is used for the narrow style lock, which will be 3787. So basically, the way this works is you see the two holes here. I'm just using this cylinder as an example. When you pop that on there, they line up. You put two screws in there, and that it secures the cylinder onto the plate, and then you'll attach this to the lock body, and then you put two screws through the lock body, and that will secure it to the plate, to the lock. The same for this one here. You just put this one on here, put the two screws in, and with this narrow one, the way to secure it is when you put your plate furniture over the top. So you need to put your plate furniture over the top, and that will lock that in place. And there is also the spindle cam, which is this one right here, which you'll have to put onto here in order to use this with a dual entry mortise lock if you're using it for the lower cylinder. So that's very good. So you can use these on dual entry mortise locks, and I have seen that actually. They've dual entry locks can be used for when the site need to access the room, and of course the fire brigade. So that's where that comes in handy. All right. So these are your dual entry plates. Be aware that you have to buy these separately. They don't come with the cylinders or the locks. You do have to purchase them separately, and they're not cheap. They can sell for about $50 just for the kit. All right. In the kit, you get the plate, you get the two fixing screws, and you get the spindle cam itself, and of course the two screws to attach it to the lock body. So those come in the kit, and it also does come with instructions on as well. So that's basically your plates for your dual entry mortise lock, and this is your extension part. So that's what those two extra holes are for. They're for these parts. All right, so let's push those off to the side for the moment. Now, this cylinder here comes with what's called the X cam. Okay, this so there's your X cam there. So this cam is used on the Synergy mortise locks, and it's used for storeroom, night latch, dual entry, and institution function. So it basically what it does is that when you put your key in, you would use this, and when you turn the key, the cam, which is that part, will just pull the latch back. So that's used on those functions where you want the key to just pull the latch back. There are different cams as well. So this particular cam here is a Z cam. This cam here is used on the Synergy mortise locks when you want the key to lock and unlock the handles. So functions like entrance, classroom, and glass door, you would use this cam. So you basically just need to put this cam on the cylinder, and then you can use it for those functions. So they're two of the most common cams for the Synergy mortise lock. And if you're using the selector mortise lock, you'll need to use the either this X7 cam. This one here is used on it's the same function as the X cam. Basically, it basically allows for storeroom, institution, dual entry, the top cylinder, and of course night latch. You'd use that one. The V cam here does the same function as the Z cam. It's used for entrance, glass door, and classroom. You'd use this cam on there. All right. So they're the cams. So you got your so you have your lock and unlock, which are these two here, and of course you retract the latch. So they're some of the most common cams. So they're just and those are for the latching mortise locks only. Now, if you have the deadbolt mortise lock, which I've got right here, you would need to use the Y cam. So this is used on this deadbolt mortise lock. So if you're using one of these, you need to use the Y cam to lock and unlock it. If you've got the flip bolt deadbolt mortise lock, you need to use the R cam, which is this cam right here. This is the rabbit cam, and the 2 ears will catch onto the cog in the lock and allow it to drive. So that's if you have the narrow style deadbolt mortise lock. This one here is for the wide one. This one's for the narrow one. And this here is the U cam. This cam was used on the Pentagon series mortise lock. So the 3672 and the 3682. And those were the ones that backfired, apparently. And this cam is also used when you use this extension bit. So if you're using this, you need to use this cam here. So the way you do it, you take this cam off, you put this cam on, you put this extension piece onto the back of the cylinder like so, put the 2 screws through, and then you put the correct cam onto here so you can start using it. This one here has the X7 fitted to it, but you can use any of these cams. All right, so there are your cams there. So there's some of the most common cams that are out there. There are some other cams. If you're using this on a key switch, there you need a different type of cam, because key switches use different types of cams. And if you're using it with an ADI lock, an ADI bolt, you'll need a cam for that as well. But these are just your standard mortise lock cams. So if you're using it with a mortise lock like this, these are the cams you'd use. So that's basically all there is. And so basically by using this cylinder, it allows the fire brigade to get to the fire hydrant or the fire valve room or the fire panel or anything in the event of a fire emergency. It just speeds things up for them significantly. And when there is a fire, speed is key. So basically what they do is they just grab their key out the fire engine, they just put it in, they turn it, they unlock the door, then of course they can use the hydrants or the access the panel or the room or whatever it is with the fire equipment in, so they can fight the fire. And it's not just firefighters that use this key as well. I think plumbers also carry this, and also the technicians who conduct maintenance on your fire equipment will also have these as well, so they can get into the rooms. But essentially, otherwise, that's all there is to this cylinder. Now, there are other companies who make these cylinders as well. This is a Lockwood. The Abus also make a cylinder like this as well, and so does Brava. The Brava ones are more of a wafer lock. This is a pin tumbler lock. So this lock here is a bit stronger, and it will resist corrosion. And it also, because it's a pin tumbler, it will give you a little bit more resistance against attack. That's just the difference there. So basically, it's just basically one of these, a 570E cylinder with a different barrel in it to suit the 003. It's even marked 003 on the cylinder, as you can see there. Yep, it's even marked 003, so that way when a firefighter shows up, they can see it's 003, they just grab the key, and they can undo it. Now, you can also get this 003 key on to suit different locks. You can get them for rim cylinders, key and knob cylinders, padlocks, Euro cylinders, and all different types of cylinders to suit different locks. But this is just an example. And this is a 570 cylinder. Okay, so 570, commonly used on locks like this, mortise locks or some key switches. All right, so I'll give you a quick look at it. It even has Lockwood there, which is engraved in there. It's even got the 003, which is, I think, laser engraved. And I've got to describe the weight. These things, they're heavy. They're pretty weighty too. So they're expensive and they're weighty, but you do get good quality out of it. All right, so that is the Lockwood 003 fire cylinder. You can purchase this from any locksmith. These can be bought from any locksmith shop alongside the Abus or the Brava ones. But keep in mind that it is about $100. You could expect to pay about $100 a cylinder. So they're not cheap, but you're paying for the quality of the cylinder. All right, because there is a lot of machining and hand fitting involved with these cylinders, and they are compatible with your dual entry mortise locks when you use these, and of course you can extend them using this piece right here. All right, so that's essentially all there is to this cylinder. So I hope you enjoyed, and that'll be it.